All right, welcome everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Pay review for employees. You've heard of Daily Pay, and we're really excited to tell you more about what Daily Pay is all about. I'm Nikki Sitton. I'm an HR technology change management specialist, and I'll be facilitating this lunch and learn for you. And our primary speaker from the Daily Pay team is Busisui Merritt. She is a senior customer success training manager. So thank you so much for being with us today, Busisui.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks. All right, we have a couple other introductions to do. To answer some questions from SSM Health, we have Marcia McBride. She is our Director of Payroll Services.
Good afternoon.
And then we also have James Kopfensteiner, Strategic Partnership Manager from Daily Pay. He's on the line to answer some questions as well.
Hey everyone, super excited to be here. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. All right. So we'll present for about 30 minutes. And during that time, if you have any questions, please submit your questions through the Q&A feature. We've got Marcia and James that will be answering questions and monitoring as we go through the materials. So I'm going to hand this over to Busisui so you can tell our employees more about Daily Pay.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Super excited to have you guys joining just to learn a bit more about how you'll be able to get access to your funds before payday. And I always like to start off by saying that we live in a very interactive and instant world right now where everything that we really want is pretty much at our fingertips, right? So if we wanted to, let's say, look up a new recipe, we can go to Bing or to Google for that. If we wanted to look up a new television show or a movie, we can go to Hulu or to Netflix for that. So today we want to talk about how DailyPay could be this instant interactive financial tool for you, how it works, and what is to be expected. So DailyPay is an on-demand pay option that will be able to give you access to funds that you have already earned as you're earning it. So you may want a bit more details on that. So what this is a voluntary and optional benefit that gives instant access to money as you're earning it, right? It's 100% free to download, to sign up, and to track what you've earned throughout the pay period. You'll also have the option as well to save a portion of your paycheck if you so choose to. And we have several initiatives throughout the year where you'll be able to take advantage of free financial coaching, earning extra funds, or making free instant transfers, and who doesn't like that, right? Now, also, we are super excited to say that we have an additional earned wage access option with our Friday card. So with the addition of this, you'll be able to get access to 3 different ways to transfer your funds early, with 2 out of 3 of those options being 100% no fee at all. So with the Friday option, you'll be able to transfer funds instantly. You can utilize this card anywhere that you use your traditional cards. And if you decide to go the traditional route with a traditional debit card, a pay card, or a bank account to make transfers with us, you'll also be able to do those for free for a next day option. Or you can transfer instantly for a fee of $3.49, and we'll get into details about that a bit later. But lots of ways that you'll be able to get access to your pay as you're earning it, utilizing the Daily Pay benefit. So let's do a deeper dive now and talk more about how Daily Pay works. So what we do is to take a look at the hours everyone has worked here, and we convert that on over into an available balance for you. And from there, we transfer you can transfer the money that you need into the account if you're choosing just for a small ATM-like fee. Again, if you decide to go that traditional debit, bank, or pay card route. If you do decide to take advantage of DailyPay and make that quick transfer with us, it's really a 3-step process that's very simple, and we don't ask for any sensitive information along those lines there. Really, you're just deciding how much money do you want, when do you want it, and where do you want it. With DailyPay and DailyPay users will also have access to 3 different savings options that they can take advantage of. So they'll be able to utilize our auto save option, where they'll be able to pretty much set it and forget it and set aside the amount that they want to save for every pay period. You'll also be able to take advantage of a roundup save option, where you'll be able to put money towards your savings account while you're making an active transfer with us. Or you can utilize our direct or allocate save option, where you can just set some money aside directly as you so choose to instead of making a transfer with us. So lots of different ways that you'll be able to take advantage of savings with DailyPay to help to build upon and improve upon your financial muscle there. So the available balance that you're going to see on your user dashboard within the DailyPay app or website, what this is the amount that you're able to transfer over early. And this, of course, is going to be unique to everyone between you and your colleague, since we all have different withholdings, different earnings, garnishments, and so on there, right? So we calculate this using a proprietary formula called the dynamic income algorithm, and we take a look at net earnings, gross earnings, to assess what that balance should be in the future. Now, for the first 3 pay periods, we do set an advance rate of 50% while we're getting to know a particular person. And so we're, again, taking a look at all of that historical data while we're getting to know that particular person there. And then after those first 3 pay periods, then it is more likely to be a reflection of your net pay. Now, what's great is that this is completely dynamic. So if there's any change at all in the future where you may receive additional garnishments, promotion, raise, which is awesome, congrats, well deserved there. There's nothing that you'll have to do on your end, nothing that your leaders will have to do on their end either. We just wanted to pull the curtain back a bit to show you how this is all being calculated. Not sure if you guys are aware, the average overdraft fee right now, unfortunately, is around $35, and the national average credit card interest rate is around 19% or so. So I'm sure we've all seen that a lot higher, where we receive promotions in the mail that say, "Congrats, you're pre-approved," and you open it up and it's a card with an astronomical interest rate that's really not helpful. So if you were to compare those rates and fees to what we're offering here at DailyPay to those solutions, there'll be huge savings for you, right? And what you see here is what you get. There are no hidden fees. There are no subscription fees. This is all based on timing, and the monetary amount does not matter. So you can make up to 5 transfers a day if you choose to. Transfer as little as $5 or transfer up to $1,000 if you happen to have that in your available balance. But for the next day transfers, we will be working with bank and ACH rules for this. So if you truly want to receive your funds next day, that transfer needs to be done before 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, keeping in mind, of course, if making a transfer on a Friday, a weekend, or on a bank holiday, that you won't receive your funds until the following business day, hence that 1 to 3 business day window. Now, for an instant transfer, this could happen at any time, 24 hours out of the day, 365 days out of the year. You'll be able to make a transfer whenever you really need it. So not only is there flexibilities now as to how you can take advantage of the benefit, whether it be to budget, whether it be to save or to transfer funds early, you'll now have that flexibility as well as to how early you can receive that, whether it be next day or instantly. So you may ask, what happens on payday? So glad you asked. What happens is that you'll receive your full check minus anything that you may have transferred over early. If no transfers occur throughout the pay period, then you'll receive your full check just as you usually would, right on schedule. If you do happen to make a transfer with us, we are going to give you a DailyPay account that is powered by Wells Fargo. So you may happen to see Wells Fargo or DailyPay on a bank statement, completely normal. Nothing, though, is going to change with W-2s. Nothing at all is going to change with pay stubs or with how payroll is going to be processed for you. This is just how we're going to be able to pre-fund that money, whether it be for an early transfer or a traditional check that you're receiving on payday. If you do need to make any changes at all to your banking information and you have made a transfer with us in the past, we do request that you make those changes directly through us at DailyPay, and then we will in turn update the system for you and for everyone else involved so that you don't have to go to multiple places to do so. Reason being, let's say that it is truly an emergency. You have a flat tire, need to get a tow truck out right away. If you try to transfer funds over to an expired debit card, for example, then there will be a delay in you receiving those funds. So again, if you've made at least that one transfer with us, we do ask that any updates be done directly through us at DailyPay. Well, let's take a look at what a sample transfer will look like throughout the pay period. This is my friend Susie, one of your colleagues here. Great worker, you'll love her, right? And let's say that her final pay for the pay period is going to be $400, and she's decided to take advantage of the daily pay benefit by making an early instant transfer of $50, including those fees that we've discussed earlier. So what's going to happen now is the night before payday, she'll be able to receive the funds that is remaining to her. So by the time she's woken up, she will have technically received that full check, right? The $50 that she's transferred over early, as well as the $350 that is owed to her, totaling then 100% of her net pay. So we're going to go on through the enrollment process now, but I know we covered a lot in that last section. So if you have any questions, please again utilize that Q&A for us, and we'll be happy to answer those for you throughout. So there's three main ways that someone can get started with DailyPay. They can either text START to 66867, visit the DailyPay website, or download the DailyPay app for free, either in the Apple App Store or me, myself, I'm Team Android, so we can go to the Google Play Store for that. And no matter the method they decide to use to get started here with DailyPay, whether it be you, your colleagues here, it is a very simple enrollment process. We don't ask for any sensitive information at all. Of course, we are though aware this is going to be a financial transaction, so you want to make sure there's going to be secure communication. And so we do have a two-factor authentication process. Once that's been verified, all you'll have to do is create a strong password, and then you'll be all set and ready to go. Now, you may need to sign on additionally to SSM Health with your single sign-on, just so that we have that extra security for you moving forward for the DailyPay enrollment process to make sure that we have secure communications moving forward. Now, again, super excited to speak to you more about Friday. So this is a wonderful additional benefit that you can utilize. You'll be able to use this 100% for free at thousands of in-network ATMs. You'll be able to use this card anywhere you'll use your traditional cards, and you'll also be able to get access to make instant transfers through DailyPay by using the Friday card as well. So lots of ways that you can utilize this. And to enroll with this is also a very simple process. You can enroll throughout and within the DailyPay app itself, or you can enroll within the Friday app separately. So very, very simple process. Just follow those prompts and cues, and then you'll be all set and ready to go. So as you saw pertaining to those previous couple of slides there, we will be looking at phone numbers and email addresses. So you do want to make sure that's going to be as up to date as possible so that you'll be able to enroll in the easiest way possible, right? Also, you must have an active bank account, debit or pay card on file if you do want to take advantage of the DailyPay benefit. Again, if you do need to make any changes at all, please make those updates with us directly if you have made at least that one transfer with us. And last but not least, we are still working with your pay schedule here, so nothing at all is going to change in that aspect. So whether you decide to take advantage of the DailyPay benefit or not, it will still be business as usual, and you'll receive your pay around payday. So I am going to pause here and switch screens and jump on over to a demo for you, just to show you what else you'll have access to on the app itself.
I'll go ahead and mention that starting November 20th, though, there will be an option on the People Services phone number that directly connects employees to the DailyPay help desk. So that will be available outside of People Services hours as well.
Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
So right now we are signed into the user dashboard via the app version of DailyPay. But what's great is if we do happen to toggle in between the app and the website, everything that we're going to review today, you'll also have access to on the web as well. And as you heard me mention a bit earlier, we do have several initiatives throughout the year where you can get access to earn extra funds. And so here you can see that we have a savings boost option that is ending at the end of the month, where you can have a chance to win an additional $150. So here on the home page, once we've signed in here, nice big and bold on the very top of the page, you'll be able to view what you've earned up until that moment in the pay period, and also have the option as well to refresh the last time that shift has been reported, so you can watch that number grow. And I personally love that. I think that's part of the fun, right? So as we go on further down the home page here, you can view a digital ATM where you can make a quick transfer of the amounts that are listed here. enter in a customized amount if you so choose to, or you can use the amounts that are listed here to start your direct or allocate save option. If you do decide to do direct savings, then you'll be able to monitor that flow and your earnings below. See that rhyme there? Love that. So as we go further up, you'll be able to see an option here that says View Balance Summary. If I were to click on that, I can see what's happening in my current pay period. So I'll be able to see my earnings here, any estimated withholdings, as well as if I've taken advantage of the DailyPay savings features, I can monitor that here. And if I were to click on View All Details, not only will I be able to see my balance and what I have earned here, but I can also take a look at shifts and see those shifts that has been reported and what I have earned. So I'll be able to monitor that as well. So lots of information that's going to be available for you here under the app under View Balance Summary. But let's jump back on home and let's start a transfer. We'll start with $20. And what it's going to do next is bring us to a screen where it's going to ask us when we want our funds. So do we want it next day for that fee of $0.00, or do we want it instantly for a fee of $3.49? And as you can see here, it does let us know what we're going to be receiving after the fees. But let's go ahead and click in and make an instant transfer. So it will then bring us over to a review screen, which will let us know what our new available balance is, the card or the account the money is going to go to, when I'm going to receive my funds, the fee that has been applied to that, as well as give me the option here to do that roundup save. So as you saw on that previous screen and here, we are taking that fee out automatically, and that's to ensure that we're not going to cause any unnecessary overdrawn accounts where someone may think they have more money available to them than they actually do. Okay? If I did want that full $20 though, I can hit the back button here, or I can scroll further down and click the start over button here and then input $23.49 under that other tab on the home screen. But as of right now, let's take our $16.51, hit complete transfer, and we'll be able to have access to that money within seconds. It works just that fast. Now, if I decided to go with the next day route, the timing of when that money hits my account will be dependent on my particular bank. So if Chase deposited at 9 a.m., wonderful. And if Chase deposited at 5 a.m., fantastic. So after we've made that successful transfer there, again with those 3 quick steps, we do have several options here on this screen. So I can select the transfer reason here just for my records if I so choose to. DailyPay also likes to share financial tips with every transfer, and we'll have the option to toggle in and out of balance notifications here as well. But I'm going to click back on over to the home page, and I want to bring your attention to the lower half of the screen. So here under pay history, this is where you'll have the ability to view your past pay periods here. So if you had any question, wanted to review what's going on with your SSM pay stub, then you'll be able to do that here. So you can see what we've actually been paid out by our employer. You can see what we may have transferred over early, and then what I actually received on payday. And I like to share this because we're all humans. We may forget we've made an early transfer. We may just have questions regarding our accounts. So note that you'll have full history to this information here if any questions were to occur. And if you still have questions, you can toggle out of here. And under the menu option on the upper left-hand side of the screen, click on Into Help, contact us, and you could speak to an actual person, which is always important when dealing with finances, right? You'll be able to reach out to someone by email, chat, or by phone. And you'll also have access to a frequently asked questions site where you'll have the ability to take a look at promoted topics and articles we have listed below. You can type in anything into the search bar here in the very top, or you can speak to one of our agents here via chat as well as by email. So lots of resources if you do happen to have any questions about anything regarding DailyPay or your DailyPay account. The last tab I'd like to share with you would be the Settings tab here under Menu. And this is where a lot of your important information is going to live. So here under Account Information is what you'll be able to view and what you've entered in for enrollment, make any edits if necessary, as well as change your language preference here to Spanish. Under Bank Accounts and Debit Cards is where you'll be able to add in or edit any banking here. There we go. Very simple process where you just select Add New Bank Account, select whether it's checking or savings, and then fill out the requested info. Again, as a reminder, if you have made a transfer of DailyPay in the past and you need to update any banking information, please do that directly through us here. Now, under account cancellation, this is where you'll have the ability to opt out of this 100% voluntary benefit if you so choose to. Under notification preferences, you'll have more options of what you want to be contacted about. I do recommend that you have these checked on and leave them checked on, just so that you don't necessarily have to sign into the app or go to the website if there are any questions about what's occurring throughout the pay period. So last but not least, here we have automatic savings, one of my favorite features, so I like to save it for last, and you can use this in a couple of ways. So one way would be, if you're anything like me at all, on payday, I do get my checks sent over to 2 separate accounts. So if I wanted to take advantage of DailyPay and still have this as an option, I can do that here. Okay. Another way that I'll be able to take advantage of this is just to start slowly but surely with my savings journey here. And a couple things will happen if I decide to use auto savings. One is whatever amount is listed here, we are going to remove from the available balance on the home screen, and that's again to ensure that we're not going to cause any unnecessary overdrawn accounts for anyone. The next thing that will happen, and I think most important, is I would then receive this $30 in my account ending in 48 on payday. Just that simple, set it and forget it. Again, and the icing on the cake is that this is 100% free. There are no fees at all applied if I wanted to take advantage of automatic savings, as well as the other savings features that we have reviewed today, whether that be our direct or allocate save option that we saw here on the home page, or the roundup save option that we saw throughout the transfer process. So I am going to switch back to the presentation just to review with you a couple of additional items. So as you saw throughout that demo, we do have employee support that's going to be available to you. So if you're going to have any questions at all about DailyPay, please feel free to move forward and to contact us directly. We have agents available in both English and Spanish, 7 days out of the week, by email, chat, or by phone through 6 a.m. through 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We do want to pause here just to share with you just some frequently asked questions, so you'll be able to have access to this. I know that your SSM health team will be preparing some docs for you as well that you'll have at your disposal. But just wanted to pause here to share this with you and then see if there's any questions that we need to highlight within the chat.
With that, I will hand the microphone over to Marcia. She would like to add some things about DailyPay from an SSM perspective.
Perfect.
Well, I never lack for something to say. So from the SSM perspective, we are sending over, it's really critical that our employees who are non-exempt clock in and out using one of our SSM time clocks. Once those time transfers occur, then that is the information we will send over to DailyPay. The earnings that will be eligible in the calculation of the available balance will be things that make up your base pay. It won't include differentials. It won't include premium pay or bonus pay at this point in time. We wanted to get this up and going and available to our employees before the holidays. That would be something that we would look at as an enhancement later on. And this is just a really high demand product. I don't know anyone's personal situation, but if you're someone that needs to take out a payday loan for some reason because an emergency hit, our hope is this product will help you avoid that, because those payday loans are just have astronomical costs to our employees. And so this is a better way to do things. There will also be a feature available through DailyPay for financial counseling. I don't know if any of you have ever had to fill out a W-4 form to adjust your withholdings, but the payroll team can tell you that's a nightmare. They changed the form and it's not as simple as it used to be. But that financial counseling, they can help with those items. So hopefully our employees will really like this, and we'll get a lot of people participating in this benefit.
And Marcia, you actually just answered the question that was submitted in the Q&A without even knowing it. So thank you for
Wow, that's great. Hey,
addressing
like
that.
I say, I always have plenty to say.
Right. And did you want to mention too that we'll be distributing like a frequently asked questions?
Yes, thank you. We will have some DailyPay FAQs and SSM FAQs. Any of our employees that are participating with DailyPay, most of your questions are going to be directed to your DailyPay team. Things like, how do I set up an allocation for my savings? How do I set up my checking account? How do I get a Friday card? Things like that. Questions that will come to people services. What earnings are eligible for this DailyPay function? Those are the kind of items that will come to the people services team. We will be sending out a link to the presentation. We'll send out the FAQs, and we're really excited for the pilot group to get started.
Yes, thank you so much for designating what questions people services can address and then what will go to DailyPay. I think that's really important too. Well, I don't see any other questions in the Q&A. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. So thank you so much for joining the presentation today on DailyPay. Thank everyone from the DailyPay team, Busisui and James. Thank you for being here. And Marcia, everything your team is doing, you guys are doing great work here at SSM, and we're really excited about it. So I want to wish everyone a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.